Well, here we go. We're going to try the Kopis reverse props. I forgot to tell you, starring in the show today is Mr. Polecat, is what we call him. There he is. Man with the plan. If you don't know, ask Polecat's what everybody says. Oh, throttle warning. Throttle warning.
He's talking to a country boy.
Okay, well, not my favorite flight of the Kopis one at all. I'm not sure about this. Maybe you've got to change some PID tuning or some tuning with these babies on backwards. Somebody's hollering at me on the radio. But yeah, I didn't like that result. I'm going to switch them back now and show you the process just so you'll know if you want to try it. Because some people are having good luck with it, and like I said, there's maybe something else I need to know or to do to it or do in the settings to make it better. But when I don't know if you noticed the times when I tried the punch outs, that was full throttle. It was just sitting and hovering, and I gagged it, and I expected it to do like normal and just bam straight up, you know, and it hesitated and jerked to the side. Jerked and like went crazy. I was like, it's pulling, you know, one of them motors is pulling harder than the other or something ain't right there. And so anyway, we're going back, wow,
going back, wow,
to traditional. Maybe that's why Mr. Bardwell doesn't have reverse props on his quads. I knew Mr. Josh would have the scoop. Alright then. I might actually Facebook him and ask him if he's tried it. I'm sure he has. He tries everything. So, yeah, I'd like to see what he found, or if there's something I need to know. But I noticed even because on these videos, you know, later videos here, he's got them traditional style. He doesn't have them reverse, so he's not so much into it evidently. So anyway, I'm gonna ask why. So anyway, I'm gonna ask her, and I didn't mean to do the out of here sign. Sorry, I am out of here pretty much. But I'm gonna show you on the what you do in BL Hilly Mamacita and Betaflat to set it back the other way anyway, and you just do the reverse to reverse them. So we're going to go downtown. Catch that? Alright, that's done. And I got lucky. I've known people that have to do it a couple times and go back and set the ESCs again, but mine is taken the first time, both times. So I'll show you that real quick with my tape. And then we're back out. See if we can get that punch out I'm looking for on Christmas Day 2017. Alright. Well, standing down. Just on the bell cracker. Come on now. Don't be dumber than you already are. I was a kid a long time ago. There's a guy, I remember reading really now who it was and what the whole deal was, but I'll just never forget that phrase. He told the guy to stop being dumber than he already was. I was like, oh boy, I guess that's pretty dumb. Oh shoot. Well, that was a good one that stuck with me for a long time. I've said that a lot of times in the work area. Stop being dumber, stupider than you already are. Kopis.
Oh goodness.
USB plugs, I tell you, aren't the greatest, are they? None of them. Go through them like hotcakes over here. Go through them like hotcakes.
Hotcakes.
We're gonna throw mud and grass right back into it, ain't we? Throw dirty air to the back props and all that jazz because, by God, it flies better. Getting that smooth bend for you, and that smooth bend, that's showing how my ESCs are all peckered out. Oh, listen to that tape home. Hey, break in motors, kids. Run it that way for 30-40 seconds. Take it up another RPM, run it 34 seconds. And then your motors, by God, I have had good luck that way. Just kind of my own little theory. I'm sure there's probably a written process. Same thing, I've always rode motorcycles my whole life, and especially dirt bikes. Street bikes not so much, but dirt bikes, you must do a break-in period, or they just period won't last. That's a fact, Jack. Alright then, we're back to normal. We're going to continue on unless told otherwise. Everybody cool with that? Alright then. Oh! Oh my Lord, I've forgotten what I'm even doing. Did you see what I did there? I lost my mind.
Help me.
Alright then, we're good. We're all good and set up and powerhousing it. Alright then. Monkey shines. There we go. That's how it's done there. If you want to try it, kids, at your own risk. Don't write in my comments, Turbo, you said. No, I didn't. I don't like it. Until I know more, I don't like it. Not on this quad anyway. It might work on the hooped quads better, like, you know, because the Inductrix has been that way since day one. I don't even have one, never have, but they're probably been reversed. I noticed that way long ago, but I like the props traditional way. There's a reason for it, evidently, or it's just the way everybody's done it, and that's the way people tune, you know, until I see somebody throw out a tune or give some explanations on characteristics on why you got to change certain things for the tune in order to do the props backwards and handle right and act normal. Because that just was unexcusable. I'm not going to have where I punch out and it jerks to the side and kind of hesitates, like it's like a carburetor that's choking out when you gag it. You know, it wasn't smooth, it wasn't punchy, it sucked. So something wasn't quite right on the way mine was set up. So we're going back to old school, you know, do what we know. So again, Mr. Josh, probably already knows all this. Get back out now. It's not over yet, kids. Don't run off.
Don't you run off now.
I'm gonna take it out and see if, in fact, something else that's making it punch crazy, and or if it flies good now on normal. So, propping up and standing up.
Propping up and standing up. Propping up and standing up.
Propping up and standing up.
Alright, we're back with traditional normal props now. Let's give it a go. Well, I didn't care for that so much. So the reversing the motors wasn't the problem on this deal. So that might have been just dandy. I don't know now. So get the props off. I'm going to put the dump that was on it when I flew it very first time at the park at my brother's house, and it flew like a dreamboat. It's 3.2.0, but I think the settings will be close enough to be fine in 3.2.2. And I'm going to give that a shot before I put it to 3. Whatever they're at now, and try something else. So ESC getting weak, or motor getting weak? I mean, it shouldn't be. I haven't really flown the crap out of this thing, so it's going to be dark in 30 minutes anyway, so I'm going to hurry up and put the dump on it and give it a shot. See you in the old flying park. Before it gets dark on us, we're going to give it another shot here. Now that's the Kopis I remember. Yeah. So it was my tune. So that leads me back to where? Square one. In order to find out what I ordered to do, in order to find out what I set out to achieve or find out, you got to reverse it all again. I guess that's one thing I can say I've benefited so far is I'm a pro at reversing the stuff or flipping it back and forth. I've got that down to an art. I guess I should leave it the heck alone. It's good. I did notice a little prop wash though. I may need something a little different. This is the tune it had when it came with 3.2.0. And it's got 3.2.2. Whether there's that big a difference, I don't know for sure, really. But I do know that that was much better than the last two times. I guess I might go ahead and reverse them again. And try once more. In conclusion, we haven't learned squat so far, except I know how to switch the direction of everything and make it fly. But there's something, I guess, bad with that tune, that setup that I did adjust on before I went up this time. So I don't really know. I went through it and looked hard enough, compared and seen what it could be for sure yet, but something was definitely different.
Kopis 1 back up in it.
I guess I'll reverse the dang things. It's dark now, or close enough. It's not quite dark, but by the time I get it done, it will be, and there's no use in rushing. So I'm going to take my time and switch the direction again. And tomorrow, first thing, I will give the reverse deal a try out here. And if I like it real well, I may go to the park and get after it with it that way and see how it does. But if I don't like it, I'll switch it back. So we're getting to the end of this deal. That's where we are so far. Catch you tomorrow on the flying field backwards. One more time. Well, this has been quite a little contest, hasn't it? Something like that. It's been a few days. I thought it was just going to take a day or two to whoop out this video, but it has went in depth. For now, I'm at the, this is a few days later. It's been cold, and I just kind of forgot it. Just left it sit for a while because it started doing the crazy thing where it was flying crazy with the props on right with the newer, later version of Betaflight on it. So I just gave up for a while. I was tired of it. It was so cold. I was just done for now. But here's where we are. Got the racecraft props on. It looks cool. She looks ready, don't she? Yeah, it looks ready. Seems to be big waste of your time and mine here, by golly. This it's the only way I can get it to fly. I reverted it back to 3.2.0, what it came with, and the configuration pretty much it came with, and it's good now. And see, I looked into it last night. I finally thought, well, let's get to the bottom of this. I looked a bunch of forums, RC groups, everybody. A lot of people talk about it. One guy I've seen did get 3.1.
What is it, 3.1? I don't know.
I don't mind. I'm so confused with these 0.1s and zeros and crap. 3.2.1 to work. But you have to put, go into the CLI and type diff, D-I-F-F, to get the differences in the your configuration that you had and the new firmware. And some of it, you know, you want to leave like you have it if you have it set the way you want it. And some of it is due to the new firmware change, and you need to change over. Reason it won't fly, I guess, with the newer firmware on it. So, but I didn't see anyone that had 3.2.2 on it yet. No dumps, no nothing. But I figure you can probably do the diff thing to it, and probably do it as well. And I'm going to go out and do that. I guess do the long method and do that, and try to come up with it myself. And eventually maybe reverse the props and show you that if it will work. I'd really like to do a test on the reverse prop deal, but maybe I'll pick another copter. And what is weird about this, okay, I got it reverted back to 3.2.0, back to exactly like it was. Everything seemed to check out just fine. The configurator, BL heli, all of it was just like it was. Motors work, everything was fine, but it would not arm with the radio. It would not arm, and the arm switch was on. It was bound. Every other switch worked. So I changed it to a different switch, a 3-toggle switch, and now it arms. I don't have any idea what that's about.
I'm ready to throw this Tyrannus in a trash can and beat it to death and set it on fire.
I don't know, I shouldn't say that. The Tyrannus is a good radio, and I'm just having a little problem with it right now, and I don't really understand why, because I didn't try to upgrade it and do anything to it. It's got these crazy European versions of firmware on it, and no D8 mode now, and just crazy stuff. But I'll eventually hopefully get it lined out too. I've got so much crap to do, just fixing stuff. Man, I can't go on with anything else than fixing crap. Anyway, all right, here she is. Like she came. Just a quick test to make sure it's right. Take it out and flip and flop it a little bit, make sure I can punch it a little bit and it doesn't jerk sideways and act stupid. So sorry, this has been a long drawn out video, and I'm trying to make it as fast as I can now because I realize where we're at. We're nowhere. We're back to square one. This hasn't learned any of us anything, has it? As Josh Bardwell says. You're not going to learn anything today, here. Alright, guys. Now here, I'll leave you with the last test. And the Kopis won. And it will fly this way. It's the only way I can get her to go, though, for the time being. Here you go. I'm out of here.
Kamikaze from the 100th floor. Swan dive to the street. Swan dive to the street. Kamikaze from the 100th floor.